I became very agitated after watching this video. I don't know if any of you know who these people are, but she is Kelly. She used to be on Real Housewives of OC many, many, many moons ago. She is no longer relevant. She is just a big mouth. And this is her husband, Rick Leventhal. He used to be with Fox News. They are now married, living somewhere in California. And she continues to use that big mouth, not for good, but for bad, as you will soon see in a moment.
Palm Springs bombing update. Her
Yeah, I think so
they were
too.
at Denny's.
She recently was traveling from San Francisco back to California. She's in Southern California. And she had a run-in with someone on a flight. I'm going to see if I can.
And putting the camera on the
Cousin was in California when the bomb went off
Right afterwards. So it was kind of weird it's strange how this happened.
So here's
So I go to the airport, Santa Ana, and I hate flying. By the way, the night before, we thought we screwed up our itinerary because I thought it was going to come Thursday and then it was Friday and whatever. I'm doing the seating assignments, right, with Rick. And I hate being in the middle. Because every time I'm in the middle, I get two huge fat guys sweaty all the time when I'm in the middle. I hate the middle. I like being on the end or in the window. So I hate it, right?
Yeah. Well, nobody likes being in the middle.
So I'm looking at it and we're trying to figure out, and he goes, well, want the exit row? I'm like, yes, because there's more leg room. Totally love, it's so comfy, I like that.
Okay.
So I get into United. Because I had a credit, it was like a $500 thing, and I had to put another $40 for my check bag. I'm like, you know what? Southwest, here on out.
You know, Southwest just added baggage charges to their new program. You know, they're not going to be charging for bags.
Done with the other airlines.
Okay.
When you take a short trip like that.
Okay.
So I get in there, and I take my little lorazepam and a little champagne before.
She's afraid of flying.
Pre-flight ritual?
Yeah, it's my pre-flight ritual because I do get nervous. I do have anxiety. So I'm in there and I sit down and I go to the exit row.
Your row, yeah.
And I say to the lady, I was like, will you be able to handle this if shit goes down? Like I was kidding. And she's like, yeah, I think I can handle it. And then she was talking to the guy.
I mean, she shouldn't say that on a flight anyway, period.
Right?
So you're sitting in the middle and there's a woman on the window and a guy in the aisle?
Yes. And I go, do you guys know each other? And she goes, yeah, we're married. And I go, well, do you guys want to sit next to each other? And I can sit right here. And she's like, no. And I'm like, oh, I get it. You guys don't like each other.
How rude. How rude. You don't know if that's just the seats they prefer. He has to be on the aisle for whatever reason, and she wants the window. So it's not because they don't like each other. And if they don't, that's their business, not hers. These are perfect strangers. God.
Thought it was being funny, right?
That is funny.
They didn't think it was funny. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry.
See, her little lapdog always thinks she does everything perfect.
Sorry, but I do that with you. I sit on the aisle, you sit in
That's because you really don't like your husband.
there. I get it.
If we'll book a window in an aisle, hoping nobody books the middle seat, but if somebody does, I'm not letting them sit between us.
Right.
I'm going to move to the middle seat, and they can take the aisle or the window, and we'll sit together.
Well, let's just start there. Number one, they're weirdos, okay? They don't even want to sit with each other. They hate each other. You can see how it is, okay? So all of a sudden, I'm like relaxed. I'm chill. I'm in the middle. I'm looking at these weirdos. this. And I'm like this. And all of a sudden, I hear the flight attendant come by, and she's like, "Would you like a drink?" And I'm like, "Yes, may I have a water?" So I drink my water, and they get their drinks. So I'm like this. And so then they're like, "Okay, we're descending." It's an hour flight. So
this happened at the end of the flight.
It's happened at the end of the flight.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm looking at my phone with Jolie. I'm going through pictures of Jolie for whatever reason. I'm just staring at her like when she was a baby, when we were in Hong Kong, in China, in Paris, when she was a little baby, all the travels, when we went to Tokyo, all these things.
Yeah.
So the mom seeing me look at my daughter, right, with all the worldly travels that she's been in. And I look at her, I see her, and she's looking at her daughter. And I go, "Oh, wow, what a beautiful girl," because she was really a pretty girl. And she goes, "Yeah, she's graduating from Berkeley." And I go, "Oh, wow, she must stand out over there." Because, I mean, I've lived in San Francisco
Get ready.
for a long time. I used to go to Berkeley, and it's like, they call them tree huggers. It's like they fell out of the tree and hit every branch on the way down because they're so fugly. Let's just be honest.
Here again, she's basing stuff on exterior fugly. She's calling every person that attends Berkeley ugly.
So anyway, I was like, "Oh God," I go, "She must have really stood out there."
And her lapdog laughs.
I go, "Where are you from?" And she goes, "San Clemente." And I go, "Oh, I love San Clemente. It's really nice. Cheap."
Cheap, but nice. It's all about money for this woman. Looks, everything exterior, everything fake.
But nice. And so, and then I go, "Oh, wow." She's graduated. I go, "Congratulations. She's graduated from Berkeley." Berkeley's a great school. It's always been a great school. It's always been a Berkeley. It's always had these names, always woke, always been.
Keyword here, woke.
To the left, always.
Oh,
like,
yeah. San Francisco,
yes,
Berkeley,
San Francisco, yes. So, but it is a good school. I'm discounting that. Very hard to get in. It's great. So I go, "Wow, what's happening with these colleges?" I go, "She's getting indoctrinated." I go, "She woke." No, I said, "Is she woke?" And the dad goes, "Yep."
Okay, the dad, we don't know that the dad did respond like that. And we don't know what the dad's definition of woke is. A lot of people's definition of woke is basically different. It could be that you are highly aware of racial and social issues, that you are empathetic to those issues. I mean, it could be so many different meanings. But no. Let's continue to listen.
And the mom looks at me like this. And I go, "Is she getting indoctrinated over there? Because that's what's happening with these colleges. You see what's going on with Harvard and Columbia." And
How dare she talk about her daughter, first of all? If she said that about my daughter, that flight would be landing a lot faster. I'm going to tell you that right now. She has no right to call her daughter names and to make assumptions.
all these woke schools, like, is she getting brainwashed?
Yeah.
She got her headphones, and she's like this. She gets her head.
I haven't been to the grocery store in over a year, but I'm eating healthier than ever.
Sorry,
Here's how
it's
I
a
do it.
commercial.
Meal planning used to be such
Headphones. She goes,
And I don't blame that lady. I would have hit her over the head with my headphones.
I'm like,
That lady was kind to her. She spared her because that lady is probably non-confrontational. She's probably woke and she understands how idiotic some of these other people can be.
was it something I said? Jesus.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, my
You
God.
think? That's so awesome.
Like, so we get up and we go, nothing, and all of a sudden I get a flood of this dork right here. Okay, so I'm gonna play it for you because
So I'm going to tell you what happens now. The parents get home, I guess, and they tell the son what happened on the airplane. And the son goes on social media and starts this back and forth with Kelly, I guess.
That's exactly how it went down.
And well, I'm going to on this video. You don't even mention the fact that your dad, you had all your facts.
Let's see, did I miss the first one? There it is.
That's exactly how it went down.
And well, I'm going to pause this video throughout the video so we can react to it. Okay, so here it is from this guy, the son.
The son.
Okay, quick story time, and trust me, you're going to want to hear this. Today, my parents were flying, and they sat next to Real Housewives of Orange County star Kelly Dodd on the plane. And
he only calls you a star because that's what they call you.
apparently, Miss Dodd was really nice and chill until my parents mentioned that they were flying to visit my younger sister for graduation. She's graduating from college, to which Kelly Dodd responded, "Oh, is she woke now? Did they indoctrinate her at university?"
Wait, first.
Gosh, here we go.
It's Berkeley, bro. It's not,
And this woman, Kelly Dodd, says bro so many times it's ridiculous.
she graduate from college? Did she graduate from an education? She's at Berkeley, for God's sake. Okay?
But it's not her right. Kelly's right to judge something she hates when people do to her. She is doing it to others in a most nasty way.
Let's just start there.
And I would like to start with
Thanks for
the
calling.
dad.
And her little lap dog. Her little lap dog who drinks like a fish. They both drink like a fish. Has gout and shouldn't be drinking. And just kisses the ground this crazy woman walks on.
Agreed with Kelly.
The dad
So
agreed
you're
with
so outraged that she had the nerve to say, "Oh, was she woke? Was she indoctrinated?" And your father, kid, said, "Yup, she is." Confirmed it. So Kelly was right, and you're all outraged, but your own father, your
Daddy,
agrees with Kelly. Okay? So everything else you say after this, when you say a lot, is kind of moot and suspect because your dad agrees with Kelly. You're not calling out your dad on this video. You don't even mention the fact that your dad, you had all your facts.
Because they are a family and they talk to each other. They don't need to call out anyone because they know what they're talking about. As opposed to an outsider like this crazy woman in a hat.
You're talking about your mom, you're not talking about your dad.
Yeah.
Your dad agreed with Kelly.
Yeah, and your
He
dad
said,
apparently doesn't like your mommy.
See, isn't that is just the meanest thing to say. That is just a really mean thing.
I mean, that's clear.
All right, let's
I
carry
saw it
on.
with my own two eyes.
And all I have to say is, who has the audacity
I
to
do.
say something like that to complete strangers?
I do.
mean, I understand Kelly Dodd is MAGA. I understand she's a Trump supporter.
Okay. You want to respond, then I'm going to respond?
Well, first of all, I'm not MAGA. I'm not. I like Trump's policies, and I think he's a hell of a lot better than Sleepy Joe. I think I'm fair and balanced. I'm not brainwashed. I called everything that happened at COVID right about it all.
Oh, she knows everything. She's so smart. She is just brilliant.
All the while, everybody wanted to defund the police. Everybody was all about the BLM. Everybody was all about the vaccines. Now everything that I said that everybody was all pussyfooted about, I was right. Ha.
Listen to her. She is so uneducated. We'll get to that soon.
Ha.
I would just add to that more than 50% of the country, 51%, voted for Donald Trump. So
And more than 51% of the country is now sorry they did.
you might not like him, but more than half the country elected him. He won the popular vote, and he's got far more electoral votes than Kamala Harris. He was,
And so many people are sorry they voted him in. So many. A felon, abuser.
a clear winner.
That's
Whether you like him or not,
That's
he's your president.
democracy, bro.
Yeah, that's
Exactly. Democracy means there's two sides, not just your side. She forgets what the word democracy means. It means there's two sides. Everyone has a fair chance.
That's democracy. So, you're gonna vilify Kelly because she might support him over his opponent? Well, that's how it works.
That's how it
She's
works.
entitled to her.
Yeah.
Absolutely, she's entitled. Yes, she's entitled, but she's not superior.
I'm not allowed to say that. You know what? You know what's the problem? Wait. So you know what's the problem with these liberals?
What's
They're
that?
angry. They're angry.
Nobody's angry. You're the one that's angry calling people names. You're the one that's angry that you have no money. You're the one that's angry that you married a man with no money. You're the one.
Angry.
Yeah.
They're so angry.
Okay.
Okay.
Order.
Here it comes.
But being uneducated is not an excuse.
I'm uneducated? Okay, he calls me uneducated.
Just because you have a degree does not make you educated. Just because you have a degree. No, sir.
Which I'm not. Graduated from college, bro. Sport. And I'm a total jackass.
I agree.
Can you help me out here? When you lose an argument, then you go, you're referring to me being all these mean things. Now you're calling me a jackass. The hypocrite left is exactly, you're showing and demonstrating how much of
He's defending his family.
a jackass you are.
Right. Like
Punk.
And she's immature for going tit for tat. It's plain and simple. Tit for tat. Immaturity showing. She is the textbook picture of immaturity alongside her lapdog, who should know better at the age of 65, this old man.
he got all butthurt because you have the nerve to call his sister woke,
The audacity.
which his dad agreed with.
Yeah.
And now he's so mad that he's going to call you a name.
Yeah.
It's okay
Right.
for him to call you a name, but it wasn't okay for you to suggest that his sister might be woke after being indoctrinated at Berkeley.
Yeah,
That's not
exactly.
okay, but he can call you a jackass.
Right.
So, all right. Well, so what's good for thee, not for me, or vice
Yeah, no,
versa?
it's
By the
just,
way,
yeah,
since
that's
when
how they
is
are.
woke- By the way, since when is woke a bad thing?
When is woke a bad thing?
I got this one. Okay.
Oh my God, he's got this one. He says he has 7 examples. And we're not going to go through all the examples, but he says 7 examples. Just listen to the first few.
Stand by, because I spent a little time on this. When is woke a bad thing? Okay, I'm going to give you some examples. 7 of them. Ask your dad is number 1. Ask your dad. That's A. B, since they try to make it okay for men to beat women in women's sports. That was part of the woke thing. C.
As part of the woke thing. So A, B, and C. Now we're using letters now instead of numbers. So you got to follow. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3.
Since they started hiring people based solely on their skin color or ethnicity and not on their talent and capabilities, which is racist. That's DEI. That's woke.
Oh, I have a hard time with that one because I don't want to get into it right now with that one. That one's a touchy subject.
D, or number 4, since they started attacking our founding fathers for simply living the way they did in the times of that time. The way they all lived back then is how they lived, but they also founded this country. And they started taking the founding fathers' names off of schools across America, even though without those founding fathers, there would be no.
There's a story to that too. And I'm not going to go into detail on any of these. We're going to fast forward through some of this because he's going to go on and on. Let's see where we're at. Oof. They really make my
That
blood boil.
moron from Facebook even admitted it. Okay?
Right, I have a little bit more here.
He's talking
Bad
about
thing.
Zuckerberg.
Being woke just means caring about your fellow Americans, having empathy for under
This is a kid defending his family with his life experience. You have to understand that part of it. This kid's life experience is less than Kelly has been alive. She's going to be 50. This kid, when people talk, it is based upon their life experiences and what has gone on so far, and education, of course.
Underserved communities. That's a patriotic thing to be woke.
What dumb. This guy.
And what he means by that is that his definition of woke is probably to be aware of what's going on in your country, to be sympathetic, because we have to be sympathetic to the other person's plight. I mean, it is what it is. You can't be like, I'm right, you're wrong. I mean, you have to understand the other person. That's what he means. But she's so dumb. It's all about a fight and who wins.
I feel so sorry. I mean,
Thanks for redefining woke.
Yeah, you
you just redefined it to fit your narrative so that it sounds like a great thing. But
he calls himself a patriot. Do you do the Pledge of Allegiance? Do you go and you sport your flag, your American flag, or do you think you're embarrassed by it?
You know what? The other thing
that's being a patriot is being proud of our country. And by the way,
sounds proud of his country.
What are you doing for the underprivileged, bro?
Yeah.
I do a lot. I go.
Oh, this is funny. Watch her eyes go to the left as soon as she says what she does the first time. She's lying through her big horse teeth.
To the food kitchens. I don't tell everybody all the time, but I do the food
See
kitchens.
that?
I donate a lot of my time to these organizations. I send a lot of the clothes.
She does not. If she was doing those things, she would certainly highlight them on her show because it helps to humanize her. She does not. I think during the fires is when she did most of it all in one fell swoop in 1 or 2 days. She donated some clothes. She donated paper, whatever. She does not. Otherwise, and she showed it on her show at that time. She made sure that it was posted on her show. But please, this is a total lie.
Go to charities with Laura's house. I don't always put it on here, but I can tell you I do a hell of a lot more for the underprivileged than you will ever.
Well, and I left out the worst thing that woke is. Woke encouraged these kids to sign up with Hamas, to protest on behalf of Hamas.
It doesn't encourage kids to do that. It doesn't. That is peer pressure. When you are young and you're developing your frontal lobe, you are so impressionable. And some people are followers and they will follow. And then later on in life, they realize the mistakes they made is just part of growing up and making choices. That's what it is. He, on the other hand, is saying this is the way they are for the rest of their life. No, I'm sure he made some bad choices in his life. We all have. And that was based on growing. That's how you grow. That's how you learn.
And the war against Israel, when Hamas was holding hundreds of hostages for a year and a half and slaughtered 1,200 people. And all these college kids are like, yay, let's free Palestine.
You look like an idiot. You sound like an idiot.
And eradicate Israel. And that's okay? Is this kid Jewish?
He looks like a self-loathing Jew. I bet you.
Oh boy, a self-loathing Jew. Her husband, Rick Leventhal, is a Jew. The kid is a self-loathing Jew. Wow. If I was him and that was my wife, I would be highly upset about that.
He's one of those self-loathing Jews.
I mean, you're going to talk about how great universities are, but these
He won't address it because he's pissed. But his pretty little Kelly doesn't do anything wrong. His pretty little baby girl doesn't do anything wrong.
universities are encouraging this behavior, or they have been.
You know what? Just because you graduate, all my friends that are freaking billionaires didn't even graduate college, bro.
Okay, wait, let him finish.
All her friends are billionaires. They're rich.
This is first one.
Okay.
You are not a patriot. You're a reality TV star who has no education, and you
No
should not be
education?
speaking on whether or not my sister got woke in college. That's lame.
Okay, want me to go get my diploma?
Oh, now she's going to go get her diploma. This is awful. Because, like I said, just because you have a diploma doesn't mean
you can keep
are
acting like this is the worst
educated.
thing ever.
The guy's a freaking tool.
But let's just watch this next
I
one.
wasn't going to make another video about this, but I saw reality TV star Kelly Dodd responded to my video where I called her out for telling my parents that my younger sister is, quote, woke and indoctrinated for graduating from a major university.
Yeah, because she is, according to your dad, woke and indoctrinated.
Yeah.
She called me a cloud chaser, which
you are.
Are you getting less than $2,500 in Social Security and you're a senior on Medicare or Medicaid?
from a Real Housewife of Orange County.
Sorry
That's
about the
absolutely
commercials.
hilarious.
Is it though?
Is it? You
are a cloud chaser.
Yeah.
You're chasing her clout. That's exactly what you're doing.
What clout does Kelly have? She was on a show for 5 years and that was it. And they kicked her off because she is insane. That's it. There's no clout with this woman. It's negative clout. Who wants to chase negative clout? Who?
Doing.
Exactly.
Why is it hilarious coming from her? She's got 730,000 followers on Instagram.
Oh my God. That is the most childish thing anybody could say. She's got 735,000 followers on Instagram. We are adults. Who cares? But they are clout type people. They are the ones. So you project what you are onto others. Oh my God. They make my blood boil.
Know me. No one knows you until now, you dumbass.
And you're
Everybody knows her. Everybody knows her.
trying to capitalize on the fact that she sat next
Unsubscribe from these people.
to your mom and dad by posting these videos about her. Who's clout chasing? You think she's clout chasing? She
No one knows you.
She doesn't need you, but you obviously are trying to benefit from her.
Of course.
He's not trying to benefit.
I was only responding because
Story time.
she's now posting more stuff that's so anti-education, calling college a woke propaganda.
So anti-education.
I mean, take a look at the stuff she's posting because this is part of a larger problem.
You know what, bro? Wait, let me stop it right now. Real stop. Okay? I will always, my education, I've lived around the whole wide world. I've traveled.
Here we go.
Every car I've ever wanted. I've owned multi-million dollars of homes. I've owned multiple
here
homes.
we go.
You, with your little education, let's see if you ever can compare to me.
But
Let's stop.
To say
Stop.
she's anti-education is absolutely ridiculous. You obviously didn't do your research because her daughter,
Our youth. I lived in a communist country, and so did all my friends that live here in San Francisco.
Yes.
It is tearing this country apart. Go live in a communist country, then come back to me. They're teaching kids how to hate Jews. That's what's happening. Guys, just because Kelly Dodd got a college education does not make her the decider of whether college and San Francisco are communist woke propaganda places.
They are. Look at what's happening.
He didn't
all
even-
all my friends are from Russia. They came here when they were in
All my friends are from Russia. Let's move it along.
a speech on campus, which is only fair. Like, you should have conservative voice. You should listen to all voices and then make up your mind. But if your campus is not going to tolerate any voice that doesn't say what you want them to say, well, yeah, that's another example of how woke is hurting you and hurting America, because you're not allowing all voices.
You're adding to that. You add to that on your channel. You add to it.
So you can pick and choose.
What about
You're
that-
trying to edit everything and keep the bad conservatives out.
the woke is part of the cancel culture.
Yeah.
That's
Here we
you want
go.
that? You think that's cool? You're part of that weird people that have no voice ever in their life and they're just collectively get together like the Reddit weirdos. Like, honestly, like, I mean, it is ruining what's going on today. You're not allowed to
You're ruining what's going on today. You, with your simple minded craziness and
have an exchange of ideas, and if you don't align yourself, I have a lot of
Americans.
what?
Okay,
This
none of
guy-
that's true.
That guy is
Cracking down on protesters, yeah, the ones who are anti-Semitic, which is against the law, the ones who are supporting terrorist organizations, which is against the law. You think that's okay to support terrorism, to support people who
of course not.
kill people, and that's what they do?
Wait. Let me.
Of course not. What he means, what the kid means is that the freedom of speech. He's just referring to freedom of speech, that everyone has that. It's part of our country. It's why we live in America. Freedom of speech. That's why so many people want to come here, because they don't have freedom of speech in their countries. That's all he's talking about. That is part of our rights as Americans. Be it right or be it wrong, it's freedom of speech. The guy in the White House says a lot of dumb things. I can't.
Let's just back up here. You're talking about millions of Americans getting taxed for health care. We are giving illegal immigrants,
Right.
free health care.
Right. So
Okay?
you're going to cut
Let's
off
start
millions
there.
of people, the people who don't deserve it, in this case,
Right.
the illegal immigrants getting free health care in California. The governor of California is about to put a stop to it. It's already cost the state more than $5 billion giving free medical to people who snuck into America, didn't follow the rules.
Time with that one. And I believe that Americans should be taken care of first. Our veterans, definitely. Our homeless people should be taken care of before anyone else. Honestly, we have too many homeless people. It's really sad, very sad. That money could go towards building some sort of communities where the homeless live, like make a farming community, and they contribute, to the farm, and they have a little room or something where they can go home and I mean, that's just, I part of me disagrees, but America would never let people, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the answer to this. I don't want to talk about something that I'm not really 100% on, I want to sound smart, not dumb. So I'll refrain.
And you know what? Take an economics class. And this guy is the most uneducated, thinks he's so smart that he went to some probably fancy school. I don't know who this punk.
In other news, Florida residents are going to be happy to hear this. It just came out. There's a new website where
punk is, but the sister went to a fancy, cool school. And I started seeing crazy things in San Francisco, and I'm like, wait, what?
Here at this point, because
and they don't know how to balance a checkbook or a budget, and they just want handouts. You know what, bro? How about I buy you a dinner, because I know you're used to those kind of handouts.
How about you learn how to talk without saying the word bro? That's it. I just wanted to share this because for me, this was blood pressure. These two are ridiculous. They are too grown. She's 50, he's 65, and they're fighting with a kid. They're fighting with a kid. And she claims to do things she doesn't do. She's a liar, and she's very manipulative. She is just, she's not, well, let's just end it at this, and here, on here, oh, I can't even talk. So I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you understand where I was going with this video.